Today, agriculture is going far beyond nature to produce new miracles. In the laboratory, and on the farm, scientists working to improve plant quality, scientists for an even better, more abundant life.
I'm over here in all the spider webs and all this mess because we're waiting for something to happen. And it's going to happen at exactly noon today. You're going to have to listen carefully for it because it's not very loud. But it'll be any time now. Any minute, I swear. There, did you hear that? Okay, hopefully you did. Let me show you what that was. All right, it's hard to see because it's hidden down here in all these ferns, but under all of this, I have a hose bib that's split into two here, and I have an old Rainbird automatic hose bib sprinkler timer. It's just turned on right now, and I want to show you what I use this for. It's summer, it's August now, it's almost September. And like a lot of people, I like to garden in the summer. But I have a little bit of a problem. And the problem is, if you look back here, you see this patch of grass right here? That's like the entirety of my yard. And that's not enough room to grow vegetables, even if I was allowed to grow vegetables there. I rent, I have a landlord. So, what other option is there? Well, there's one other place I can grow stuff. And that's up there on the roof. Okay, so we're on the roof now. This is an avocado tree that comes out of my neighbor's yard. It unfortunately doesn't make good tasting avocados, but that's okay. It's nice shade. Over here is my garden. This is my Pasilla Bajío pepper plant here, which is looking okay. Here's a zucchini. Here's another zucchini. Here's a really big zucchini that I need to harvest. Here's my basil. Here's my tomato plant. This is actually a very special tomato plant. When I was in Arizona back in April with my brother, we went camping and we stayed at a motel one night. And my brother was like, "Hey Em, come look at this." And there was a little seedling growing out of the sink in the motel bathroom. And I didn't know what it was, so I carefully plucked it out and I wrapped it in a wet paper towel and put it in the ice chest. And I brought it home and I grew it, and it turned out to be a tomato. So that has been a whole saga of growing this thing. And now it's like a full-fledged plant, which sadly has a bad case of spider mites. So I'm gonna have to get up here and spray it because it's looking a little unhappy. But I've gotten tomatoes off of it and I've eaten them. So yeah, here's jalapenos. This is a green bean plant that's gonna need a trellis pretty soon. And then I've had a variety of other smaller things like arugula growing up here too. Last year I had just pots up here. Some vegetables don't grow very well in a pot. They just need more room to spread their roots. And so I got a little bit out of the roof garden last year, but not very much. It was not a super productive garden. So this year I used larger containers, and what I used for those was a plastic rain barrel I got off of Craigslist. I split it in half lengthwise to make 2 troughs, and that gave me a lot of room to put dirt, gave me a lot of room for plants. But I think the real innovation here is not necessarily the rain barrels, though those have made a big difference. I think the real innovation this year is that I developed an automated watering system. And not only is it automated, it's solar powered. So I don't have to change batteries, I didn't have to plug it into the wall, and it just runs itself. And I want to show you how that works. So over here at the edge of the roof, I have a little solar panel, which needs to be cleaned. But this is a little solar panel from Harbor Freight. I think these are like 15 bucks. It's I think like 1.5 watts, and it's plenty for charging a lithium-ion battery if you use a battery management system. So after we get off the roof, I'll show you that. Here's the cat. He came up to say hi. This solar panel, which is mounted to my eaves, is putting 12 volts out. 12 volts runs down to the Tupperware container. Now this contraption... After filming this segment, I realized I explained things really poorly, so I'm going to show you how the system works with a diagram instead. Every day the sun shines on the solar panel, which outputs roughly 12 volts. The output of the solar panel is connected to a USB car charger that I got from the dollar store. The USB car charger takes the 12 volts from the panel and drops it down to 5 volts. The 5 volts from the charger goes to a battery management system board meant for a single 18650 lithium-ion battery that in this case I salvaged from a dead e-scooter battery pack. The BMS charges the battery, and it also controls the output from the battery so it doesn't over-discharge. The output from the battery goes to the hose bib valve, which is supposed to run off 2 AA batteries. I built this system partly because the valve was going through a lot of batteries, and every time you have to replace the batteries, you have to redo the procedure for setting the valve's clock and the time of day it's supposed to turn on. And additionally, if it runs out of batteries and you don't pay attention, then your plants don't get watered. Now I never have to worry about it running out of batteries. So I have this set to run for 10 minutes every day at noon. So I'm out here today because today is the 90th day of this system running without flaw. Every single day for the past 90 days, since June, that solar panel has charged that 18650 cell. That 18650 cell has supplied power to the valve, and that valve has opened on cue at noon for 10 minutes, and it has allowed water to pass through that 1/4-inch irrigation tube. And every single day, the water has gone through that irrigation tube up onto my roof, where drippers water the plants. I'm not intending this video to be a how-to per se. I kind of want it more to be inspiration for people to think outside the box about how they can grow vegetables in creative ways and make better use of their space. If you want to grow your own vegetables in a creative way, you're going to have to think about a way that suits your own living situation. Not everyone is going to have a flat roof. You need to make sure that you're not going to damage your roof. You need to make sure you're not going to get in trouble with your landlord. You need to make sure that you're being safe. Like, maybe you shouldn't even be on the roof at all. Like, you don't want to fall off. So let this be food for thought. If you think creatively and think outside the box, you can find a lot of ways to grow food at your own home, maybe in places that you would never expect. So, go have fun, grow some plants, eat some vegetables. Vegetables you grow at home taste better than anything you're going to get at the grocery store. So, have fun.
We have the tomatoes in the greenhouse, and we do it in the old ways for the plates for eating. We have the tomatoes in the greenhouse, and we do it in the old ways for the plates for eating. Ready for the tomatoes.
Today I went to the farmer's market and I bought this nice plant of fresh tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes.
And we do it in the old ways. We do it in the old ways.